Hello again, everyone, and welcome back aboard Felicity, November 8033 Foxtrot. Hulker, I see you are already on board here. Hello, how are you today? Just kind of an impromptu flight. I'm really excited I found this scenery. There's a backstory here. I'm doing good. So we are here at Drift River. Drift River is it's a pipeline airfield, only accessible by the air. And there's really only two amenities that are relatively close by here. First one being the Redoubt Bay lodges. They're relatively new for mine comparatively, but here's where we're going to go. Redoubt Mountain Lodge, right at the base of Redoubt Volcano in Crescent Lake. I spent a lot of time here when I was a kid, so I was kind of in the process of making the scenery myself and figured I'd go ahead and search for it, and then lo and behold, I actually found it, and it actually looks really good. When I compare it to what I remember. So, I've never departed out of this airfield before, so it should be fun. We are in the amphibian Boss 182. It is Cessna 182 on floats and wheels. So we're going to take off here on the strip, and we are going to land on Crescent Lake. Gonna probably circle around the Redoubt Volcano. Redoubt Volcano is about 10,000 feet high. Relatively dormant. Last activity is about 2009. It was very mild at that. So, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Hulker, I'm great. Again, thanks for asking. Okay. Pre-flight and walk around is already done. Passenger brief, well, I kind of explained what we were doing already. Tack time, let's grab that real quick. 478.8. And alternate static is off, don't need to worry about oxygen. Okay, start checklist. Avionics are off. Let's get scooted up here so we can reach the pedals. Alright. Autopilot is off. Cow flaps are open currently. Circuit breakers are all in. And the throttle's quarter. Prop is high. Mixture is lean. Brakes are on. Clear prop. Looks clear on the left, clear on the right, and clear in front. Master's going on. Let's turn our beacon on. Check again, clear. Rich. Mags. Okay. Oil pressure's in the green. We are going to sit here for a minute, let this oil temperature come up. We are in Alaska. And I am connected to the VATSIM network, so I am going to be making radio calls as needed. Runway 0523 is a gravel runway, 4,100 feet by 150. So we have 05 and 23. Let's try and grab some weather information, which closest station's going to be over here in Kenai, I'm sure. And 133.35. Avionics going on. 133.35.
Kenai Muni Information Golf. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind 320 at 5, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 20,000 scattered, 35,000 scattered, temperature 5, dew point -23. Altimeter 2927. Arriving runways 02 left, 02 right, departing runways 02 left, 02 right. Advise on initial contact.
2927. Puts us right about 40 feet. And field elevation here. 30 feet. So we've got some pretty accurate weather information, I would say. Alright. So our winds were 320. And we have runway 05 and 23 as runway choices. Set our heading indicator to compass real quick. Alright, and I'll set my heading bug to my wind direction. Just kind of gives me a visual on my takeoff roll. So 05 and 23. So for winds, we'll probably take 23. Gives us a little bit of a, still gonna be a crosswind regardless, but gives us a little better one. Alright. Working brake off. I'm pretty sure I'm heading to the runway. Yeah, this looks like a gravel runway to me. Let's get on the Unicom here. Drift River traffic, Skylane November 8033 Foxtrot, back taxi 23 Drift River. We do have 315 horsepower to work with to fly through these mountainous areas here. So I have my eyes on a Cessna 172 fuselage. It has both sets of yokes still connected with the Y-link, and both sets of rudder pedals that are still connected. It's got all the Lexan glass in it. It's got everything but the doors and the baggage door. Really considering picking it up. $500 US, I don't think it's a bad deal at all. I will make this stuff work. So winds are coming out of 320. There's my wind sock, and that's gonna kind of confirm winds are coming out of the northwest there. I'm going to stick my nose over this way. We're gonna do a run up. Alright, run up checklist. Fuel is on both. Trim is set for takeoff. Flight control is down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator and rudder both fuel responsive. Okay. Instruments are all looking good there. Alright. Let's turn our landing light on. Let's turn our strobe lights on. 1800, brakes on. Here we go. Left mag, there's my drop. Right mag, there's my drop. Cycle the prop. 1, 2, 3. Alright, instruments are all looking good. Suction's in the green, oil temp has come up. Alternator is good, good fuel flow, manifold pressure. Let's idle back here. Alright. Now we'll line back up. Drifter or traffic Skylane November 8033 Foxtrot is taking runway 23. Going to be departing straight out, Drift River. Okay, strobes on. Alright. Okay, here we go. Full power. Rudder to maintain center. $40, $50. 60, airspeed's coming alive. Let's rotate. Alright, we do have positive climb rate. Everything's still in the green. We're calling it a go. There's Redoubt volcano directly in front of us. So how do we want to get there? Because if we go up and over, that's a lot of climbing. You know, we could probably just follow the coastline along, take the river directly up to Crescent Lake. That's what the salmon do. Can't believe I'm going to do this, but here's the last time that I was flying this area. probably every bit of 25 years ago. Flew this exact same route, more or less. Only coming from the Kenai Peninsula. Place we're going, Redoubt Mountain Lodge. It's a fishing and camping retreat at the base of Redoubt volcano. It's been there, I mean, it's every bit of at least 40 years old by now. When I was there, things were a lot different than they are today. Well, I'll backtrack and say the reason I was there, I was there seasonal. I was in charge of keeping bears and wildlife away from the septic tanks during the off-season. So I essentially was living at the lodge, and the only way in or out was by float plane. De Havilland beavers and otters were pretty common. Float plane Cessnas were pretty common. So yeah, and that's what I did. I fished and I ate fish, and I kept the bears away. It was the greatest time of my life. One of the neat things I remember is that all the cabins up there, that the roofs on them were all that, those tin aluminum roofs, metal roofing. And they actually grew grass on top of the metal roofs, and by growing grass, the grass actually, when it rained, the rain would hit the grass and the dirt on the roof, and it would keep the noise down from the people staying in there. So, photo of one of the cabins with the grass on the roof. Should be showing up here. So I thought that was always pretty neat. I got Redoubt volcano directly to my 3 o'clock. Or our 3 o'clock, I should say. Alright, let's take our landing gear up. The lake elevation at Crescent Lake. Crescent Lake's about 610 feet MSL. Redoubt volcano over there, like I said, it's 10,000 feet to the peak. Ground speed right now, 155, indicating 150. Winds are relatively calm. I think it was only 5 knots. So we are technically in Lake Clark National Park here in Alaska. This next river off to our right, we're going to take it straight up to Crescent Lake. Alright, 599 feet, not 600. Feeling a bit nostalgic making this light. There's Redoubt Volcano now at about 1 o'clock. this fork in the river coming up here. We're gonna take the path on the left. There's Crescent Lake. You should be able to see a glacier directly in front of us. It's probably about 5,000 feet. That glacier is this glacier. The glacier is directly above the wet compass currently. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down into the lake here. Wheels are up. There's the glacier right there. There's an island gonna be coming off your right window here. I got a story about that island to tell you here shortly. So, back in 1994 when I was up there, and the wireless communications, they just weren't what they are nowadays. Your only communications in and out of Redoubt Mountain Lodge where we're going here was through CB relay. So I would radio an operator, a CB radio operator, to where she would make a phone call and essentially relay the phone call through the CB. So, anyway, about the island. There were, like I said, the off season is when I was up there. So all the, all the fishing boats and all the fishing boat motors were, up for storage more or less. And there was a boathouse, and it had, all the motors stored in it. Anyway, a lot of shallow rivers around the area. There's one up north that feeds the lake. We came in from the south one, more or less, but there's one up north here that I really wanted to check out, and I came across the an Evinrude Crescent Lake traffic Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot is landing to the east in front of the lodge, Crescent Lake. I came across an Evinrude jet motor. It wasn't a prop, it had a jet on it, and those jets were really good for, wheels are up, not very deep water. So I came across this old Evinrude motor. Got this thing going. I was so excited. I threw the motor on the back of the dinghy, and it across the whole lake I went. So across the whole lake I went with the Evinrude jet motor on the back of this dinghy. Alright, water rudder down. I get all the way across. I get about half a mile up the end of up the river there. Motor quits. Absolutely just quits. And wouldn't start for the life of it. Tried everything I could. I was so excited to take this thing out. I forgot to put paddles in the stinking boat. So there I am. On the other side of the lake here. Okay. Without any paddles. So I drift. Luckily, remember, it feeds the lake. So I was up here, north. The current, albeit slow as it was, pushed me right to about the middle of the lake. From there, I was able to pop the top off of the Evinrude engine. And the cover is kind of, it's like a, I don't know how to describe it, but it's oblong, but it's solid. It's almost like a bucket, and I was able to use that as a scoop. And I scooped myself along to this little island, which you saw right in the window there. Let's throw our anchor out. So, I scooped myself over to this little island over here. I was able to find some old dead logs and hatchet them out with the hatchet I had on the boat of all things to make some makeshift oars to paddle my butt from the middle of Crescent Lake back here to Redoubt Mountain Lodge. Some of the best times of my life. There we are. Redoubt Mountain Lodge. And I don't know, but how well accurate this would do for you. But if you look at this photo that I just switched over to, and then look ahead of you, it's pretty accurate as far as, you know, the volcano and its surrounding elevations and area here. Trying to drift back over here to the left so you can see a little better. But yep, there we are. Sorry to keep this one short, but we are here safely. Yeah. Let's see if I can figure this out here. I would send you over to somebody else, but it doesn't look like anybody else is streaming anything currently. So if you're new here, I appreciate you coming to watch. Feel free to go ahead and follow. If you'll come back to see me, I greatly appreciate it. Until the next time, you guys all stay safe and take care, and we'll see you later. Anchors down. Thanks, Hawker. I appreciate that. I'm glad you were able to hang out for a while. So you can take care. We'll see you next time.